So, now the government's busting down. If you unlock your cell phone, it's illegal. You could get jail time. Um, you get in trouble and get fines for it, folks. All right. I used to be on the bag wagon, about unlocking, jailbreaking, just till today because it's illegal now. Um, but there's still ways to be a ghost in the machine. Trust me, I'm still a ghost in the machine. And so is my beautiful Mystique. She's a ghost in the machine, and everyone part of the movement is a ghost in the machine. Alright? That's why they stopped install us and all that stuff for iOS. Alright, they shut them down. Alright? But let's get into this, since today is January 26th, 2013.
Unlocking your smartphone will be illegal starting next week, which is now. The Librarian of Congress determined in October of last year that certain actions involving mobile phones were illegal under the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. The rules were revised to state that while it is legal to jailbreak smartphones, it is illegal to jailbreak tablets and illegal to unlock phones without permission from your wireless provider. A 90-day window was put in place that allowed consumers to purchase a phone and unlock it. However, that window closes on January 26th. Tech News Daily noted, most carriers lock their phones to prevent them from running on competitors' networks. Starting next week, U.S. consumers will no longer legally be allowed to unlock their carrier-locked devices without permission, though some smartphones such as Verizon's iPhone 5 and the Nexus 4, are unlocked to begin with. And I want to point out that all of Verizon's 4G LTE smartphones, not just the iPhone 5 and not just the Nexus 4, but all of them, from the Razrs, the newer Droid Razrs, as well as the Droid DNAs, are all unlocked. They are all carrier unlocked out of the box. So you might want to keep that in mind. They work on AT&T and T-Mobile. So that is something to remember when you're making your purchase. If you pay the full retail price or not, if you have a contract and you have to go overseas or you just decide to use a prepaid carrier under other GSM carriers, well, you can use those out of the box with other GSM carrier providers.
Alright, folks. That's one of my businesses, even when it was illegal before a year ago. I used to unlock, jailbreak. I'm a computer programmer, engineer. I do computers. I change IPSP addresses. Used to. Not anymore. Alright. But today, let's get into what is still a ghost in the machine. Alright. And remember, President Obama uses the BlackBerry. A lot of world leaders use the BlackBerry. A lot of corporations use the BlackBerry. And that was my first smartphone, and I was with it for a few years. Same with Mystique. That was our first cell phone, was the BlackBerry. It's encrypted. Alright, folks. And they don't even have, not even RIM company has your encryption. They can't take your data because each BlackBerry has a unique encrypted code for each and every single device, like a shield, right, Mystique?
Yes.
And that's why President Obama didn't want to give up his BlackBerry. All right. So that tells you that something's watching President Obama. Maybe, who knows, right? But another thing that's a ghost in a machine. So RIM technology is triple encrypted. You gotta be very high up in the company. And even they don't want to really try to get there's so much information out there. Right? Not like Google where they collect your data. Like the new iOS where they collect their data because Steve Jobs was against it. That's why Installus was so good. That's why you could jailbreak, unlock. It was easier. On the previous iPhones, on the iPhone 5, it's just too hard. It's because they encrypt it so you can't jailbreak it. Alright? There is jailbreak tethers where you can hook it up, but if it dies, you gotta plug your phone back in. But it doesn't matter. I don't like my phone on the carrier because then they know your IP address. They could trace everything. Doesn't matter if it is jailbreak or not. All right, but when you unlock it and you change the carrier or go to their smart prepaid, all right, and you pay the same thing, you're using a system and you're saving money. You know what I'm saying? They can't track you down because you're ghosting the machine. Another way you're ghosting the machine is with the Wi-Fi box. And if you could unlock a Wi-Fi box to another carrier and get an iPod Touch, because all iPod Touches ain't got the RFID chip, you download it. The Wi-Fi box could be as big as this, as you can see. And you just use iPod Touch like we might be or not, and you just slip it in your pocket. But let's get into this, all right? Playhouse of Privacy, because I love the BlackBerry. You like the BlackBerry, Mystique?
Of course.
All right, let's read it.
Playhouse of Privacy, Security, Hacking, Encryption, Intelligence, and some business stuff. BlackBerry Security and Encryption, Devil or Angel. BlackBerry have good and bad reputations regarding his security capability, depending from which angle you look at it. This post is a summarized set of information to let the reader get the picture without taking much of a position as a RIM or BlackBerry can be considered, depending on the point of view. Depending on the point of view, an extremely secure platform or an extremely dangerous one. On one side, BlackBerry is a platform with plenty of encryption features, security features everywhere, device encrypted with custom crypto, communication encrypted with custom proprietary protocols such as IPP, very good advanced security settings, and encryption framework from Certicom, now owned by RIM. On the other side, they do not provide only a device, but an overlay access network called BIS, which is the BlackBerry Internet Service. That's a global worldwide wide area network where your BlackBerry enter while you browse or check mail using the BlackBerry.net APN. When you or an application use the BlackBerry.net APN, you are not just connecting to the Internet with the carrier Internet connection, but you are entering inside the RIM network that will proxy and act as a gateway to reach the Internet. The very same happens when you have a corporate use. Both the BlackBerry device and the corporate BES connects to the RIM network that acts as a sort of VPN concentration network. So basically, all the communications cross through RIM service infrastructure in encrypted format with a set proprietary encryption and communication protocol.
All right. So, Mystique could explain you better. You can read the rest of the article at the bottom. Explain them. What's all this encrypted is?
Encrypted is like armor. It's to protect you and your information. It protects you from malware and viruses as you go throughout your business or you conduct your web searches or you send or receive emails or missives. Basically, it just on all levels, BlackBerry offers, from my experience, the most protection, and that's why it is used for corporate and government business.
All right. And that's the reason why when the BlackBerry 10 comes out, we're getting it. We're supporting it. And plus, Mystique, how many apps they got so far for it?
So far, I have an estimate roughly. They're coming to the market with 100,000. They've been porting a lot of iOS and Android apps over, and they have given the developers initiative. They have a huge developer initiative going. So Windows mobile phone, which I was interested in, Nokia, came to the market. They only have 150,000 apps in their market. To come to the market with 100,000 apps is quite good. So,
all right, but you can see all the world leaders, all the corporate people, they use the RIM network. It's like anti-spy. No one else could get their information. Even if you have search warrants in other countries and, they can't get your information.
Yes, this has been documented.
And you can read the rest of the article. A lot of countries have bans. If you go to France, you got bans on the RIM network. It's crazy. They're trying to bring down the RIM network. That's why you see the RIM network doing so bad. few years was because every single major corporation, every single government was trying to come down on them. With the BlackBerry 10, same thing. Go out and get it. They got 100,000 apps. They're safe. Get an iPod Touch if you can't afford that. A Wi-Fi box that's unlocked and rooted. And use an iPod Touch with the RFID, without the RFID radio, the radio frequency cell phone radio. Instead, just use Wi-Fi calling. And thanks to Mystique for that information. She got me hooked onto that. She's a real cell phone hacker. I'm the computer hacker. If we were hackers, since it's illegal. Alright, folks. But this is the movement. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we ain't anonymous. We don't support that because we ain't Legion with a whole bunch of people going out with all different ideals causing chaos. We are one. We got one united mind. Please follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Critterbox, Godlike Production. Please rate, subscribe, and comment. Give me thumbs up. And I'm telling you, man, the RFID chip. People think the RFID chip's going to be a physical chip in your hand.
No, not at all.
Everything in the world is going to be trade bought by. Everything is already. GPS and everything. From your cars to your cell phones to the barcodes on the back of your milk thing because you could scan it on your cell phone to the pocket wallets with the cell phone, with the Note 2, the Note 2, the Samsung Galaxy S3 with near field communication batteries, just like your credit card. When you go up to the machine, all it does is you don't even need to swipe it no more. It beeps. All right. Now what, Mystique?
And they make cell phones mandatory, of course. I mean, so much so that, as you know, they have a government cell phone. They give you one because there's a GPS registered within that device. So there's no excuse for anyone to not have one. They make everyone's job dependent upon it. You see, they took the public phones away, every city, everywhere. So you couldn't use the option of having a public phone. Now you have to use a cell phone to communicate.
All right, folks. And you see it. And you know everything we report here is on facts. This is the movement. Moving the movement till next time. Facing off.